Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Kelvin here. As you can see, we have another special guest today. Welcome to the channel, Jared Ong.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Jared is also another financial YouTuber. But what you may not know is that he's a national badminton player for Singapore.
Yay.
Yeah. What's one fun fact that not many people know about you?
One fun fact would be, actually I'm plant-based. So, a lot of athletes, you would think that they eat a lot of meat, but I actually am plant-based.
Right.
But I just became plant-based during the COVID period. So no animal cruelty.
Would you recommend it to people like me?
Well, if you want to lose weight, going plant-based is good. More importantly, I think for my reason and my wife's reason, we want to minimize the cruelty towards animals. So that's out of heart, right, that we do it.
From your channel, I noticed that you do crypto mining, right? What got you into crypto mining in the first place?
I started being anti-crypto in the first place. Like, Warren Buffett always say, crypto is a rat poison squared, right? Then what happened was, like, if you hold one Bitcoin, you rub it to sleep, you bring it with you, it's still going to stay as one Bitcoin. I don't see, like, how do you value it when there is no cash flow? It was until I think 2020 Christmas, my friend told me, hey, you should check out Polkadot, you can stake and then you can get 20%. I was like, huh, there's cash flow? So then I started, getting interested and exploring, and then that made me wonder, is staking better or mining better? And everyone, during Chinese New Year, I was still researching, everyone was telling me mining cannot make it in Singapore. It's so expensive, the utility rate at that point in time was 22 cents per kilowatt hour. And yeah, it's impossible to mine. But when I dug the numbers, right, which apparently very few people do, the returns at that point of time was 30%. So in my mind, I was thinking, if I can invest in hardware, which I think the resale value will not go to zero, thankfully, I can minimize my risk. At the same time, I can gain from this crypto earnings.
Okay.
So like the McDonald's concept, right? You are actually in real estate, but you license out. So it's a different business. So that's how I got started, because not so scary compared to putting your money right into cryptocurrency itself. And one thing led to another. I started to explore more and more in cryptos.
So what's your setup like? How much do you spend on it and all this?
My setup is quite chapalang actually. I have different kinds of rig. At the start, I wanted to find everything that was the most value for money. Right? So I basically bought things that people didn't want. So when it comes to mining, right, there's actually different types of mining. There is like GPU mining, hard disk mining, CPU mining, Wi-Fi mining, person-to-person mining. There's so many different forms of mining. But right now, what I mostly do, I'm actually about 80 to 90% in GPU mining. Then there's CPU mining and hard disk mining. That's really my bulk of my mining. So my setup, in terms of cost, right? When I started out, it was about 10,000 plus. Right now, I think the number is closer to about $30,000+. Because I use the money, earn the money, kind of put it back, then boom, crash.
Why not just use that money to buy cryptos or Tesla? It would have been equally or even more profitable than just mining Bitcoin or Ethereum, right?
I think it's all about what you know, right? So when it comes to Tesla, other than the fact that I have a driver's license, I really know nothing about selling cars. Not to mention Tesla is also a little bit into the artificial intelligence. I know nothing about all those stuff. I can't even build my WordPress site properly. So ask me about the economics of selling cars, and not to mention, I think the PE ratio was the thing that got me very scared. So since I didn't understand it, I didn't really dare to invest heavily into it. Even for cryptos, I was also kind of scared putting money directly into Bitcoin or Ethereum or all the small coins, because I didn't really understand it. But I understand computer parts because I edit videos. GPUs are super expensive and it will probably remain expensive for a while.
So when you first started mining, that was back in 2021. How profitable was it back then?
Oh, that was good times, bro, good times. So back then when I first started, right, the number was so big that I was just boom, like my mind was crazy. So back then when I wanted to buy this GPU, it's GTX 1060, right? So back then, right, people were selling it as cheap as $60. Yeah, so, and those people were miners from the 2017, 2018 era. So they kind of lost money from the previous crypto mining. So they kind of let their rig sit, then they sold it off for cheap. So some of them were selling as cheap as like $60, while it was making almost $45 net every single month. Yeah, it was insane. So then there was the funniest incident was that there was this rig of 8. So he had 8 GPUs of 1060, right? 2 of them the fan spoiled. So then we asked him, hey, spoiled already, how can you charge us like for it? $70, right? It's not fair. So then he figured, you know what, spoiled already. Actually it's just a fan that wasn't spinning.
Right.
So then he gave it to us for free.
Right.
So effectively, the ROI was just obscene. So that was how I got started crypto mining. Back then, I think when I first set up, about my first few setup, I spent almost like $18,000. It was getting about $3,000 every month.
Oh my goodness.
On average. And yeah, so it was crazy. Throughout 2021, I made 45 net. Yeah, and then some of it I invested in the crow. So that was my history. But of course, afterwards, I started to invest more and more into parts.
Right.
So then towards the end, the last few rigs I bought actually haven't broke even yet.
But your net is already profit right now lah. In one of your recent videos, you showed that you were generating $240 profit per month.
Yes.
After deducting electricity costs. But right now, after all the electric hike, crypto price crash, is crypto mining still profitable?
It's a very honest question. Okay, if like my setup were to, let's talk about electricity, right? I actually signed a contract, and back then I foresaw that it was going to hike, so I signed like a 2-year contract. So sorry for my supplier. So that kind of protected me from this hike.
Right.
On the other hand, the price of Ethereum fell a lot because I mine Ethereum, right? So that actually affected my earnings quite a bit. So right now, I'm making approximately about half, so maybe about $100 a month net of utilities. But if you were to use the current price hike, if you factor that in, actually I would probably be losing about 90 cents a day. So luckily I was able to keep my costs lower. That allowed me to still be profitable.
Yeah, because back then you already make all the money back that you bought on hardware.
Yeah.
So now everything that you do is just free money.
Kind of, yeah.
Right. Then my next question is, what are you doing with all the money that you earn from crypto mining?
Yeah, so right now I am dollar cost averaging. We kind of withdraw them out gradually.
Right.
Because again, crypto is very speculative. And the fact that crypto is becoming larger and larger of my portfolio is kind of scary to me. So that's why I try to dollar cost average out. But these few months I've been kind of lazy, busy. So that I didn't really cash out. Because, you see your wallet and you're like,
Use another $100.
Yeah, so then that's why I didn't really do much this 2 months or so.
So what are you DCAing in?
Cash. I'm just holding cash actually. Yeah.
So you are waiting to buy the dip.
Yes.
Buy the dip on what?
I'm thinking to keep it simple. So probably like as I learn and develop my investing skills, right? I think the bulk of my portfolio I should put into like low cost index fund now.
Right. I think that's the most easiest way for everyone.
But I'm thinking of trying the options wheel strategy. Yeah.
To check out my videos. Is crypto part of your portfolio?
Yes.
How many percent?
So right now it's at a dangerous level of about 40% of my portfolio. Yeah, 30 plus 40% lah.
So like, what is the top cryptos?
Ethereum and Crypto.com. These two, yeah. So that's what my biggest holdings are.
But they have dropped so much since then. Mine is not that much. Mine is only like 10%, but I still feel the pain.
Yes.
What are you doing with those cryptos? Are you just keeping them in a cold wallet, or are you using it to stake to earn something?
So when it comes to my money, right, I try to put them in different places.
Right.
So I have about half of my crows in the wallet, half of it in DeFi staking. Because you really don't know which one can shut down. Your DeFi can just, get scammed by a contract. Then your exchange can just freeze and stop withdrawals. You have problems everywhere.
It's more like you are diversifying your risk everywhere lah.
Yes.
Because you're not putting it in a ledger.
Yes. I do put it in Ledger as well. I think about half of my money is in Ledger.
Why not all?
Because even Ledger is not foolproof.
Okay, so right now you are mining Ethereum, but with Ethereum 2.0 probably coming out this year, are you worried that like your mining rig all become obsolete?
Not really. Okay, so if it becomes obsolete, then I just sell out lah. Because I didn't incur a lot of overheads like rentals and all that stuff. So I am not too deep in where I can't get out with a lot of cost. But usually what miners do is we will check out this platform called What to Mine.
Right.
Because there's different coins you can mine for different hardware. So You just see which one's profitable. Right now, Ethereum is the most profitable. After proof of stake, if the second coins become most profitable, then I'll continue to mine it if it's profitable. It's a math game, lor.
Have you looked into other stuff like play to earn games, like Wi-Fi mining, all these? Have you been looking into all those?
Yes. So I did explore different kinds of mining. I think the most difficult to understand mining is the proof of person mining, where everybody gathers, I think at Saturday, 11 a.m. Then we all, I don't know, click a button together to verify each other, and then that's mining. And then you get cryptos for it. So that was the most, that was the hardest for me to kind of wrap my mind around. I did explore. Actually, I am vested into Axie Infinity. Lost a lot of money. But it was fun while it lasted.
So for my next question, what are you aiming to do next? Is it to what big?
For sure. I definitely, I think all of us, we really want to aim for the next step, right? I have different goals. So I try to classify into like personal goals, where what are the skills I want to learn, as well as my business and financial goals, what I hope my channel can hit, what I hope my passive income can hit. Everybody wants to FIRE, right? Financial independence, retire early. So then, of course, we want to aim for FIRE, then subsequently aim for Fat FIRE, where you can retire in a luxurious first class, whatever luxury you want to enjoy.
So just now we were chatting, you say that you want to focus more on YouTube as your next big goal.
Yes.
All the best. I think you will do well.
Thank you. You're too kind.
He has another channel, which is more than 100K already. Not many people can achieve that. So for my last question, like let's say if I want to get into crypto mining today, what's your advice for me?
Okay, so I'm very, very hesitant to recommend anyone into GPU mining because Ethereum is going to merge soon, and it's like super unpredictable what's going to happen next. That's just for mining itself. Let's not even talk about where crypto is headed, right? That's another huge uncertainty itself.
The moon.
Yeah. So there's like double uncertainties there with no estimated, like reasonable estimation on your ROI. It's super risky to get into crypto mining itself. So for something amongst the niche, I feel that what is slightly more sustainable would be this mining concept called proof of space-time, which is a newer, greener method of mining done by Graham Cohen, I think. He uses this thing called the Chia coin. So you mine Chia coin with hard disk, which is a lot more sustainable than a lot of different mining while being decentralized. Because proof of stake is very centralized. So this gets very technical into where the problem is, right? So I suggest to start, if you really want to start, you can consider using what you already have to kind of try, so you don't incur any additional costs, because mining has like a steep learning curve, like how to set up the program, the hardware to connect this and that. So for Chia mining, you can use any regular hard disk. As long as you like have 110 gigabytes of storage space, you can actually start mining there. So then you can experience the whole process of setting up the hardware, the software. Then from there you can see if you really want to get deeper into the numbers, then you can consider after. Oh wait, very important. Before you start any sort of crypto mining, always read up very carefully about fire safety and electrical safety. Because if you're not sure, you just anyhow do, boom, fire, your house gone.
Are you doing this proof of space mining?
Yes. So actually, proof of space time is one of those few that haven't been profitable. I haven't break even yet. Yeah. So right now, I think every month I'm making about $110.
Out of what's the ROI?
I spend 9K. So very, very long break even.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a lot lower than GPUs when I first started. But right now it's surviving a little bit better because it uses very little electricity. Yeah, so that's why you saw cryptos, my earnings plunge from like 3,000+ to maybe only 100. Whereas Chia was back then was maybe 250, 300. Now it's probably about 50. So the fall is not as drastic.
Thanks for the advice, Jared. Yeah. So if you have not checked out Jared's channel yet, do check it out. He covers a lot of crypto stuff, personal finance stuff, and on his other channel, badminton stuff. Once again, thanks for joining me in this interview. Like, share, and subscribe as I'll be posting more videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Bye!